Okay, this is not as easy as it looks. It's pretty. I don't know if this is going to turn out okay. Let's try it anyway. It's good for try. If you don't have a heavy-duty sewing machine, you know, like my sewing machine is also a quilting machine. It's I have a baby lock, and you know, you gotta make sure you have a good needle, cause socks sometimes, you know, if you don't have like a ball tip, you might have a problem. This was pretty thick to go over. The band on these socks are really thick though, so you know, you could cut off the band, but on these small little kid socks, the band, we need every bit of it or it'd be too small. So here, I'm just stuffing it up, and then you put too much in. So just stuff it up. Okay, you're gonna stuff its butt. You see right there? Stuff it so it sits. That you need, while you're stuffing it, you have to make sure it sits. And you can keep filling it. It's like continuous if you want it to be, or you know, you can kind of push out its belly. See how I'm doing that? You could make that like a push out the belly. Now my bears here that I did, I went and ran a running stitch across here. I just ran a hand stitch down here to make it look like it had separate legs, but really it doesn't. Okay. Well, see, this one I can make it like that. Okay, so, alright, so it's not standing up the way I want it to, so I'm going to have to pull a bit more foam. And you don't have to pack it tight, just depends how you want your bear to look. If you want it to be tight, you can do that, okay? Alright, so then what you're going to do is, you have this. Alright, and when you're done with the body, we're going to take a needle and thread. Okay, let's get our needle and thread here. Jeez, you know, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I've been trying to show you folks how to do this, and I can't see. This sucks to get old. Let's try this. Okay. I know. Get the threader out. Okay, I should have had that ready. Alright, let me show you something. This is how you make a knot. Okay. This is a quilting knot. At my two ends, I'm going to show you this trick. You're going to take your needle and hold this down. Okay, you're going to hold this down. And what you're going to do is you're going to wrap this thread around 3 times. Okay. Hold on to what you just wrapped on with your finger. Okay. Grab the top of your needle. Hold it down like this and pull. Okay. And when you pull, you have a knot. Okay. Okay, now what you're going to do is then, we're going to run a gathering stitch. So just take the top, because we got to close off his body, and just, who cares? You don't got to be perfect on this now, people. This is just so that I can close it up. Don't pull it yet. If you were doing a cotton type of fabric, then you kind of run and stitch, and you would maybe pull it. Alright, just go all the way around. And what you do is, now you push your stuffing on the inside, like that, and pull. So now you closed it, right? Okay, then what you do is then, now I pulled it. Okay, you might have to hold onto it for a little bit, because it'll undo. Because these socks are soft and bouncy. You can go across. Okay, you see how that is? So what I do is I just go and just twice around. Just close up that hole right there. Okay? Because you don't want, if your beer comes apart and you gave it to a little kid, and Okay, pull this out. Alright, so look, now we got his body. I don't know about these arms. They're kind of flappy, like they're too flat. Like look at, oops, look at how nice and cute these ones are. Okay. Yeah. Alright, now, here's our head, right here, okay? So now, take your foam, and we're gonna fill his head up. Okay, see, so now you're gonna push, you push up, do you want the ears to be soft, you want the face to be fat, you want the face to be flat or fat. It's just so much foam you put in it, because I'm telling you, these socks will keep letting you put foam in it. Okay? Because I have a big fat body going on this. I'm going to have to make his head. I think I got that body a little bit too much. He was pretty cool. Look how his socks kind of end. Look, here's another one. Kind of looks like it's got 2 eyes and a nose. I don't think these I'm going to go put, well, they kind of all land good. I'm not going to put any, beads or anything. I don't like putting buttons or anything on anything I give away to little kids. It just scares me. Kids, they figure out how to pull everything out. Okay, so I'm gonna do that real quick right here. Do that running stitch right around the edge of this. Okay, and just like this. And if you don't have a sewing machine, you don't need one. You can hand stitch this, really. If you got a sewing machine, I wouldn't hand stitch it because it's too much work, but it is something you can do. You don't have to have a sewing machine to do this project at all. Just knot this head up, okay? Now, because this is my last piece, what I'm going to do, see, hopefully you have enough string, okay? Then you're going to take your head and you're going to put it on the body. Oops, like this. Actually, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, because you have the 2 arms, okay? And I'm going to put this head on this body right here. Ooh, that's kind of scary looking. I might have to put eyes on it. It looks like a mean cat or a mean bear. Honestly, however you, so like I said, don't cut off this string, because you're going to attach this to your body. So you're just going to keep sewing till you're done, all the way around the head, okay? And knot as you go along. So take a stitch, take a stitch and go around your needle. I go around twice, pull it as a knot. If this string's too short, so I'm going to go feed this through the body, my needle, and run it to another spot, pull it, and tighten it. And then that way you have extra string in there. That's what quilters do. And that way it won't, just unravel very simply. Alright, I'll be back when I'm done sewing this all the way around. Alright, I sewed the bear's head on. These are the sewn on arms. I don't know if I like this look. Let's look at the other ones. See? They're a little bit more cuddly, I think. This is really kind of stiff. It feels stiff because I used a zigzag to hold it down. I don't really like that. I kind of think it looks sloppier. Oh well. Okay. Now, what I did was I then took my thread and went into here. Whoops. I go to the side and I pulled my knot there. Then I went back in. Squeeze it. And then, if you want your legs to look like you sewed on the legs. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sew up and down. Really, you can buy a long needle. I have one. I'm just lazy to go look for it. If you can buy like doll needles, and they're long, they go all the way through, or even the embroidered, some of the embroidery darning type, but some needles are longer. But you know, this is not that bad. But you know, if you made a lot of them, that would make it easier. And you can use embroidery. Also, you can use embroidery floss. That'd be pretty. If you do know how to do ribbon embroidery, you could. I don't know. You couldn't do that. That wouldn't work. Never mind. I take it back. I mean, my mind's always thinking, what can I do? Okay, so now I come to the end, and what I did was, then I just take my needle, go in between the foam, and go across to the next side. You know, the least connection, the better. And you know what? Nobody's going to see this. I mean, you don't really see your stitches on this. So, socks are really pretty forgiving. I like working with socks. It's really the first time I'm working with socks. I like finding something that people can do. I'm going to try do one that's just hand sewn with this, just, you know, with a needle and thread around, because it's not really a lot of stitches you got to do. You can just do running stitches. I seen somebody online, go look. They did it where they just put it together and they did the stitches like on the outside. So like you had the raw edges showing, and they did stitches. So what I do now, what I did was on my other bear, I sewed by the ears. You know, right here by the ears, because I don't like that look. So that's my personal preference. So I am going to sew across by the ears like how I did the legs. You could make a big X, put embroidery floss, make a big X. I just want some type of like, just kind of like a little poof going on here. Kind of looks like a puffy ear. You know what I'm saying? So, do you see the difference? Like that ear to this ear, it makes it look like it's kind of finished, so I like that. It's just running stitch, so nothing hard about this. So go across, you could go just around the top of it if you wanted, and the bottom, and this is endless possibilities here. Ugh, running out of thread again. We're going to run some big stitches here. I don't want to run out of thread. Then I'm just going to end it on this part. Double around. Pull it through. Okay, and cut your string. I'm pretty not happy with my arms. I'm not happy. I have some ribbon here, so let's take some ribbon here. Okay. Alright, I just got some ribbon, and the ribbon really is it hides your connection, you're sewing to the neck. Tie the ribbon, and because I give them away to kids, I'm tying into a knot. I don't want anything that can come out and hurt a kid. And then make a bowl. And then if you're going to give these away to kids, I make a bowl. And what I did, what I'll do, let's do it again. Let's tie this bowl. Let's tie the bowl into a knot. And nobody going to be getting this out. And then the child will be safe. Teddy will always have his ribbon on. Or you can sew it. You can sew it, or I'm lazy, so you know, making 3 bears a night when I want to make like 30 or 40, I'm happy with it. Okay, and look at it. It's too cute. Look, it looks like he has 2 eyes already and a nose. So do you think it needs some eyes? This guy's head's turned a little bit. You gotta watch that, because I had to take the second one apart. So there it is. Let's figure out how to sew these arms a little bit better. I think these are kind of funny. This is the one that you can cut the head and make the space. My daughter likes this one better. I kind of like that one too. I think, look, they all come out looking different. Everyone looks different. You know, you could also, how I did the needle and thread, you could pull around the eyes if you wanted. Sew around it, sew it to make it look like, you know, without, this one I don't have to put any buttons. I'm good. Oh, so cute. Okay, see ya.